What's going on, good people of Cherokee County? Big Matt and Diamond Dean is in the house. Hope everybody's doing all right. Let's roll it over here, Dean, and say hello to my little friends. There it is again. See, it's doing it again. When I rolled it, it wasn't doing that a while ago. I'm sorry, guys. We're having a...
We don't have nothing on there.
Yeah, well, it's delayed.
Okay.
All right, good evening, everybody.
But we're froze a little bit. Okay.
Facebook world, YouTube, and Spotify now, Dean.
Spotify.
Yeah, we're on Spotify. Going to be going into Apple stuff later this week, Podbean. So wherever you listen to podcasts, you can pick us up there, the Matt and Todd Show.
That's a good deal. I mean, seriously, that'd be good with like truck drivers, people on long trips.
Yeah, if you can't watch, you can definitely listen. So we do appreciate everybody for taking some time out of your Saturday. This is a special little Saturday edition that we decided to do because tomorrow's Father's Day. And today, Dean, what we got for
We're going to talk about some local high school football, just first area game matchups, home matchups, and the first week of college football. May talk about the NBA a little, just who's left.
Yeah.
And that'd be basically a short show.
Yeah. All right, let me roll over here to our S notes here. Let everybody come in, get settled down. And
bad day outside. I'm sure everybody's in.
Yeah, it's a good day to do a show. Everybody's going to be in the house, so y'all just snuggle right in there, guys, and check out the Matt and Todd Show. How last week? What all have you heard?
That's great. Well, I know we had a lot of views, got a lot of compliments on it.
Yeah, what have you heard from everybody?
Just they liked it. They liked it. They thought all the players and coaches that came on did well, and they liked the idea of doing that.
Keep going. I'm gonna fix the lights, guys. I'm going right here.
They liked the idea of doing that, and got everybody some exposure. And I know that the people that took part in it enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think the kids had a good time too. Had a good time with it, and that's always important. That's what we do it for. We get a little attention for the county. That was our whole main goal. Was always to get attention for the schools here.
Mm-hmm. Somebody asked me who won, which school won the media day.
Really?
So I'm like, well, I don't know. I mean, I thought they were all good.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're not going to pick who did the best.
Yeah.
Obviously, somebody did, but we're not going to say who. I thought everybody did well.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Yeah, I did too.
After
I was tired.
Yeah, after it got rolling and we got things going, got people coming on and stuff, and it was good.
I was nervous at first. When Nat was up there, the first one, I was a little nervous, but after that, I was fine.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And I didn't think the kids froze up. We talked about the kids freezing up and not having a lot to say, but I thought they did well.
Yeah. Well, let's give some thanks to our sponsors, first of all, here before we start digging in. It's definitely good to be a citizen of the United States, and thanks to Warrior Gym for all their sponsorship. Kevin's Lawn and Landscaping, reach out to him if you got any kind of landscaping needs. Of course, Scott Lloyd's Legal Service. We appreciate them for always being a part of it. And Cherokee Eye Clinic. We couldn't do it without these guys.
Right.
All these people are very humble and very appreciative of their county and the kids and stuff that we got going on. What things that we're trying to do.
Which you don't know yet, but there's a possibility of some more sponsors, right?
Yes, I have talked to some other larger sponsors in the area and some out of the area. Basically, for what we do, we're going to give it back. I mean, that's
right.
It's not. We're not making
not
making a living off this. It's been to things that you see from this kind of stuff, and bought a little $5 webcam and a little $40 mic and stuff. Spend $20 on all this stuff, dressing up things, and then this year maybe we can do more food cards. We're gonna help reach out to Players of the Week, and one of our sponsors and another sponsor, a guy messaged me this morning and wanted to sponsor a team. So he has a band. He's from Gadsden area. He works in Gadsden. I think he lives up towards the mountain area. So, that's what it's always about. It's getting attention to the county
Yeah.
and to the kids and giving back to them. And
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm sure people don't think that, but we're not making a profit off this.
no, we're not.
I mean, it may be at one time, sometime we may be, but
Yeah.
no, we're not pulling in enough, and it's not for us, like you said.
We're not making. This is not what we do to make a living.
Right.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun.
it would be.
That'd be real fun.
Well, let's break it down, Dane. You wanna hit it first with our local stuff? Let's talk about
Local stuff. All right, first area games of the year at home. That's what we're talking about.
first home region games.
First home region games, and the first one we got up is
Say
we'll talk about Cedar Bluff Valley Head.
yeah.
Cedar Bluff Valley Head last year, 20-14. Valley Head won.
It was a great game last year. We had to go up there, and we just couldn't score like we wanted to. And a couple of unfortunate calls that did not go our way, which that's part of the game. All games have missed calls here and there. So, and luckily it just didn't fall our way that night. So now, so this year, Valley Head will be traveling over here.
I think Valley Head lost a lot, and Cedar Bluff lost some players, but they have a lot of skills coming back. I'd say they would stand a better chance this year.
Yeah,
I would think that Cedar Bluff would be the favorite.
I think they would.
Yeah.
I think they'd probably be favored.
But again, last year I think Valley Head had a broken play for a touchdown right at the end of the half.
Yes.
Yeah, just threw it up.
He just falling down, throwed it up in the corner. The guy got over there and got him behind one of our guys, and they lost him in the coverage, and they scored, and we scored, and the ref took it off the board. Said the quarterback was pushed in. We had 2 takeaway fumbles.
Oh, they called a push in on the touchdown.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They pulled in, and where Jacob was at, I think Corey kind of was on the line. Everybody was kind of at his goal line,
Well, people do that, but they usually don't call it.
They called it out. And then Marcus took a ball away, and somebody got the loose ball, and then Ombre stripped one the next series later, and Ombre had the ball. They'd give them both back to them, but
tough place to get calls. So
it is.
That should be a good game.
What about Spring Garden?
Spring Garden plays Locust Fort. We really don't know nothing about Locust Fort.
Yeah, last year, guys, Locust Fort was hit with the COVID bug. Now, they used to be 4A. Was that right?
They were 4A. When I was at Crossville, they were a 4A team, and not a bad 4A team either.
So they've come all the way to 2A, so they must have lost a...
Well,
what happened?
I don't know what's going on.
What?
Somebody's breaking in on us.
What school in that area took those players, I guess, from...
Maybe Aniana. It'd have to be. That's the only other one that I know of in that area. Susan Moore's not very far away, but I haven't heard much out of Susan Moore lately. But 4A, and we got a buddy that coaches at Hoax Bluff. I know they had to fight tooth and nail to beat Locust Fork. And when I was at Crossville,
it's froze again on me.
They beat us 28-18. We're having some technical difficulty.
I don't know why this camera's... It'll just work, and then it just decides not to.
Let's see what it looks like on the thing.
There, it's coming in and out. It's time to get another camera. I've just been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. Literally, we've been running this thing on a $5 camera from a bargain bin
for
over
a year
there.
and a half.
For
a year.
Through this year, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
but anyway, Locust Fort.
Fort, yeah. I mean, they're dropping down, but I don't know how they'll do in 2A. I know in the past they've not been easy to beat. That may be a tough game. We don't really know much about them. I think they had 3 or 4 forfeits last year.
Now, Spring Garden, that'll be their first home region game.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they went undefeated in region last year, made a heck of a run at it, and just fell a little short there to Mars Hill, which turned out to be a really good football team.
Oh, yeah. They lost to the state champion.
Good players, great coach up there. Watched some videos of on him.
Mm-hmm.
Bo and them went up there. Bo and did an interview with him. Let's talk about Sandrock now. Sandrock, they're going to be on the road. It looks like at Pisgah and Westbrook at Gaston. Their first region game will be at Gaston, but first home region looks like it's going to be Southeastern.
I think that last year it was a close game. I don't think they beat them bad. I think let me make sure. It was very close last year.
Now, Sandrock, we talked to Coach Heath when they was on media days about his record. Oh yeah, I'd like to enjoy him. Their record just don't really. It don't identify the team.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They had a better team than their record show.
I mean,
They
you
had
lose
2 forfeits, lost 1 game by a point.
Yeah.
They got Ashley back, Cornejo back. I think that'll be an interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting matchup with
Yeah.
the Southeastern coming there. But I do think Sandrock will hold on and win that. I think they're a little better than Southeastern.
We got Spring Garden, Sandrock, Cedar Bluff, and Galesville.
Galesville play their first region game is at Appalachian. They won that game last year down there.
Yeah, they'll play Appalachian. So we would assume that probably when it comes out, gets closer to the papers and writers of the area, they'll probably favor Galesville for that game also.
I would think so. I don't know what Appalachian has coming back.
They had 2 and 4 in the region last year. So I think Coach Knapp's got things.
I think he's got
Things got popping up there. He does.
They looked very good against Appalachian last year down there. I don't think anything will be different with them coming up here. I'd pick Galesville to win that one.
I think, the papers will favor them. And, of course, our closest team here to us, Cherokee County Warriors, Coach Kelly and the guys out there, Damian and Whit and Walker and Braden and all these kids. And Malachi, and I could name so many. I'm going to miss some. That's why I don't like to name kids, because Connor and, all these kids I know.
All of them.
Yeah,
Walker.
I know all of them so well. They're going to play Piedmont. Of course, they always open up with them.
Got to go there, right?
Springville, correct. But their first region at home, they finished 4-2 in the region last year. They're going to play Anniston this year. So, Anniston, COVID stuff, a lot of stuff happened up there last year.
Anniston, we expected them to be excellent last year. They had a lot of problems. They ended up doing all right.
They did.
But, at the first of the year, they lost a bunch of games. First 4 or 5, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But now, from what I've heard from some of our inside sources, they're going to be tough to beat. So that is a big time test for the Warriors in their first region home game.
Well, that, the spring game that Coach O'Brien and the coaches put on up there at JSU.
That's where they look so good, right?
Yeah. Everybody I've talked to, 3 or 4 different people, coaches and media people up there, very impressed with Anniston right now.
Oh, yeah. Anniston's getting a lot of praise. And I think with school being normal, back being in, I think that some of the problems they dealt with last year will not be issues this year. I think a normal school year, they're fine. The only thing that held them back last year was what happened.
And we're not, we can be homers if we want to. It's our show.
Mm-hmm.
But, I like all our area teams. They're opening home games. I know you can't go to all of them. Some of them are going to fall on different weeks. Center will play like the second, third game at home there, and then Sandrocks will be on down toward the end of the month of September or so. So we're going to be out there and covering these different games when Cedar Bluff's not at home.
Try to go to one every week. He'll go to one every week, I'm sure.
They're going to be at Summiton. So the first game, Valley Head, Cedar Bluff. So Todd he'll be at that game. He'll also be at North Sand Mountain. He'll be at Woodville. He'll be at Galesville the 8th. He'll be at the Appalachian game. So the Coosa Christian, which will be a good game, and
all those are away, right?
Sandrock is at home too to end the year on the 28th.
Oh, Sandrock's at home then. Yeah. So we'll get 2. So we'll be
we'll
be able to cover 3 teams.
Sometimes, it may work like
maybe 4.
At the end of the year, one day we can cover. Sandrock and Cedar Bluff play each other, or see over here like Spring Garden and we'll see Coach Sexton. Hopes Bluff, they'll be there.
Yeah,
the 24th, so Spring Garden and Hooks Bluff are going to play at it's going to be at home.
Right, it's at
Spring Garden this
year. Good game last year.
Absolutely, it was.
I went to it last year.
Yeah.
I don't think no, Marcus and them played, so you wouldn't have gone.
Right.
I covered that one last year, I think, for the paper.
I'm kind of curious, Sandrock to go to Collinsville on the 24th.
Yeah,
I'd like to see that game. Yeah, they got new uniforms and coaches stuff going up there. There's been some interviews out there. Bo and them's been up there, and Reggie's been up there a lot, talked to them. So I think our opening region looks pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good matchups. I think the best matchup in it though would be I think Center and Anniston.
Yeah,
the best matchup.
Yeah, that's going to be some.
Now Anniston's a tall order, but I think Center can stand up to it. I think that's your big first game in the county.
Yeah.
That matters. All of them matter.
They
but
all
region
matter.
games matter.
Yeah, all their don't get us confused on that because all these first region games, you ought to win those first region games.
Yes, you have to. I mean, that make break your season right there. It could.
Yeah, we'll talk about what about the excitement of the year as we're going to roll in here to college football talk.
Yeah, we got a bunch of.
What do you think about? And this will play into high school too, with how everything went down last year. Do you think it's just going to be overwhelmingly excited this year because of what happened last year?
I think so. I've kept hearing Josh Pate talk about these kids hadn't played in front of nobody. These kids hadn't played in front of anybody. So apparently we're going full capacity again, right?
That's for most of these games that that we're looking at. Ohio. He was talking about Ohio State game.
Everything's lifted. Yeah.
They're going to be playing. So
yeah, a lot of them's not played in front of anybody. But I don't think it'll make a difference. Might actually even make them better.
Yeah, I think it does.
It could.
That's the good part of college football itself in general is the bands, the camaraderie, the rival of the teams. It's not like, just because, the Cowboys and the Bills or something, two old traditional pro football teams. But it seems like it's just more exciting the lower levels you get.
Right. With people there.
Yeah, Cedar Bluff, Gainesville.
And
that's, it's Battle Highway 68. That's,
you make a big hit and everybody goes crazy. You're more than likely to make another big hit.
Yeah.
Last year you didn't have any of that, which I'm not saying it hurt their performances, but I do not think it helped the performances.
Yeah. No, it didn't help at all.
No. I think people being there will make these kids play better. Josh Pate seemed to allude to the fact that it may put more pressure on them. I'm inclined not to agree with that.
It would. I would think because
I think
there's people there,
right?
And they want to impress your fans. You want to play good for them. And with all the transfer portal stuff going on right now, guys, it's like the NFL draft is live and well in college football.
Right.
It's just crazy. All these kids moving. I can't keep up. If you don't keep your finger on the pulse of college football every day or two,
well, I know
these guys are flying around everywhere. Kids leaving USC just picked up two running backs. Did you hear about that?
Yeah,
they lost two to like Texas and somewhere, but they picked up two more and they were even a higher rank than the ones they lost.
Well, that's like Tennessee lost both running backs. Now one of them plays for North Carolina, and the other one plays for Oklahoma.
And Alabama got their leading linebacker.
They got their linebackers. It's just kind of odd. Well, you want to talk about some of these point spreads and whether we agree with them?
Yeah, the first week, guys, is going to start off September the 2nd. The 2nd on a Thursday night. Ohio State, C.J. Stroud is going to make his debut at Minnesota September 2nd. And everybody's going to favor Ohio State. They're looking like, 13 probably 2 touchdowns.
I don't think I agree with that. Well, it's just his first game.
I like Minnesota. I remember we have to go back in time, guys. If we could if we had a big producing studio right now, and if we had one of those, $100,000 a year sponsorships, it would go and then you could go back and show our old show and say how high we was on Minnesota. Yes. Go Gophers! After the end of last season, they had a fantastic season.
Yeah, they got a good coach, PJ Fleck, and I just don't agree with that spread, 13.5.
That seems a little high to me too, because Ohio State lost a lot of players.
They did. Now I don't think Ohio State will lose this game.
No, I'm not picking Minnesota to win.
It's going to be a blowout.
No, I don't see 2 touchdowns. The next game will be the next day, which will be a Friday night game, September the 3rd. The Tar Heels of Carolina, Coach Brown will be at Virginia Tech.
We're very high on North Carolina.
Very high. I'm telling you guys, again, you could go back to that scene, and we could see from last year, and you could pull some audio. We were high on them off of the year. They're bringing back a lot of players. They've added some players, Todd just mentioned.
Right. One Tennessee's running back. They did lose some good players, but they pretty much just replaced them pretty easily. They got a great quarterback. That's a 6-point spread. They're going to be favored, and Virginia Tech's good. It's at Virginia Tech, but
Young Beamer.
I'll have to pick North Carolina.
I don't think Young Beamer is going to can get it done out there at home is
not the first game.
opening night.
That's a good matchup, though.
What's the next? What we're going Saturday starts off what?
Indiana versus Iowa. Man, big time matchup. We previewed Indiana on here.
Yeah, bringing everybody back.
Yes, pretty much. Well, Iowa too, and it's at Iowa, but I think Indiana's going to show up in this. I don't see them losing the first game of the year.
It being at Iowa, the only reason I'm picking Iowa is because it's at Iowa. If it was at Indiana, I would.
It's pretty much an even game.
Yeah, I'm just picking the home team. That's the only reason I'm doing it. The next game is Penn State at Wisconsin. The Badgers are going to be favored by 6 on this one. Penn State's not had such a great season. We've seen media coverage of them and
they lost a bunch of games. Barely lost a bunch of games
last year. Coaches are moving around.
Yeah,
some players going here or there. So we're not sure if Penn State has still got all the wrinkles ironed out up
Wisconsin's going to be ranked high.
Is it Nifty or Nifty? Nitty Lions?
Nittany.
So the Nittany Lions versus the Badgers. I wouldn't favor the Badgers, I think. I think they'd probably be your favorite to win that one.
Right
and who's next on the list?
Louisiana.
Right here, baby.
Raging Cajuns versus Texas. Be Sark's first game. They got an 7-point spread. They're at home, but that's Sark's first game. That'd be interesting.
And this game's going to be at Texas. Going to be probably at lunchtime on your Saturday kickoff, September the 4th. On that day, I would favor Sark by 2 touchdowns. I know it's his first year, but man, he's a good play caller.
I mean, they're playing Louisiana, and not taking nothing away from Louisiana.
We got their sign here.
We got their
sign here.
They're not a Power 5.
They're down with us. They're down with the Mountain Time Show.
Oh, we like them now. We like them, and it could be. I think Texas will cover the 7.5 point spread. I heard it may be higher.
It may come in higher later on as we get close to September.
I'm going to pick. I do not think Texas will be upset by Louisiana, which I do think Louisiana is a good squad.
They are.
They just don't get the type of players Texas does.
Well, this area they're in, they play good. Who's next on the list?
All right, Miami versus Alabama in Atlanta.
Who?
Huh? Who? Alabama Crimson Tide.
Oh, these guys. Yeah.
You heard of them?
Alabama. Whose coach is out there? Stallings? Gene still out there?
I think. No, Mike DeVos is. Well, oh no, Nick Saban went there.
Ah, okay, Nick Saban. I've heard of that. He's at. I thought he was at the Dolphins last year.
He was at Michigan State.
Okay, he went to the Dolphins. Yeah.
Did he go to the Dolphins?
Yeah, he was there. He was there a few years last year.
I don't remember.
Has he been in Alabama a while?
They said he's been there 3 or 4 years. Okay. I don't really know.
We're being funny, guys. So for our podcast listeners, we're
3 or 4 years. He's got about a 500 record there.
Yeah, we're being sarcastic. It's easy to say and be cliche and pick Alabama, but I'm going to go out on a limb here.
You're not going to pick Miami, are you?
I'm going to say Bama by 17, not 27.
I do think Miami's going to be better, and I do like the matchup, but I do not think Alabama will cover that 18-point spread. It's Bryce Young's first game.
I don't.
I mean, it's his first game, and they got a new running back.
I don't see Miami being able to score enough to win this game. Because Alabama's defense, guys, if y'all don't know, you can go to 24/7 Sports, and they have plenty of coverage. And the Inside, Bama Insider, I watch some of their video stuff. It covers plenty of stuff of who they got back. And trust me, this Bama team is really good.
Yeah, they are on defense.
Defense was really good. Now, we
both know that with a great defense, your offense doesn't have to be a juggernaut.
No. If they only give up 2 touchdowns a game, well, I think they could put together 3 touchdowns.
Which I think the offense will be
fine. I want you to see how Coach O'Brien's doing. Not Coach O'Brien. He did not leave Coosa. Calm down, kids.
He's coaching at Bama.
Oh, my God. He's what's going on down there? He's left Coosa Christian.
He's the coach there, not Nick Saban.
Right, yes. So, that'll roll us into the next game, Dean. We're going to play Georgia at Charlotte versus Clemson. Clemson's going to be favored by 4.
I don't agree with that. I don't know.
We're not trying to be homers. I mean, we got our Georgia stuff up here, and we cover our.
Can you pick a tie? I just don't know. I think I'm going to pick Georgia.
You heard it here first, guys. Podcast listeners, YouTube, Facebook family. Diamond Dean has picked Georgia to beat Clemson, and I'm not. If I didn't like it at all, I would say, Dean, you're crazy. But I don't completely disagree with that because in the back of my mind, I don't know if it's because we want to kind of pick them because they're the teams that we cover, and I'm a Georgia fan, sort of. If I didn't pull
like Georgia
for Bama, I would be a Georgia fan.
I don't dislike Georgia.
Me neither.
There's other teams I dislike.
Yeah, I'm not a Notre Dame fan at all. I'll never be able to pull for Notre Dame, and I'm not pulling for Auburn. They have fans.
I know you don't understand. You don't pull for Auburn. Yeah. I don't care much. And no offense, Blaylock, me and you's buddies. I'm not a big Florida fan.
Yeah,
I've never been a big Florida fan, and
they win, man. They used to just kill people.
I actually loved them at one time when Danny Werfel played there.
Yeah.
But somewhere along the line, I think I just got tired of them winning so much.
That's what's happened to Bama. Which is
there's no way I would be pulled for Bama if I was a Georgia fan.
Which is another topic we'll dabble in when we get through this and that 12-team playoff. We're gonna get our take on that. So, Georgia at Charlotte versus Clemson.
I'm just gonna say it's a pick 'em, and I'm gonna pick Georgia. I wouldn't worry about a point spread.
I'm worried about Georgia's defense, so I'm gonna lean on Clemson. And with Pickensby out for Georgia too, that just I'm gonna lean towards Clemson for that reason. But if it goes, a touchdown either way,
I just don't. I don't even think. I think by the time that game starts, there'll be no spread.
it'd be like a 2.5 or something.
Yeah, maybe a point.
Yeah.
2 points. I don't know.
And so that's what he said. Josh, hats off 24/7. He said it may come down to being a pick 'em. It's possible.
I think it.
Which the next game,
I think it's a pick 'em.
they think so too. This game is going to be played at UCLA, LSU, Baton Rouge Tigers, and Coach O is going to travel over there and go west. And
I'm going to pick LSU.
So we're going to go down. We're going to go Tigers. So
but don't be shocked if they lose that ball game.
Yeah, because they've been known to dump their startup games.
Well, we don't know how good they are. They did play real good towards the end of last year, but we don't really know a lot about them.
But they got that Florida game.
Yeah,
that's just some shenanigans stuff. We kind of got lucky on stuff, and so LSU's going to travel out to UCLA. UCLA will open the week before against Hawaii. They're going to play like a scrimmage or some kind of game against Hawaii. So you can have a look at UCLA the week before, which will be the end of August sometime. That's going to go down. Next game.
Notre Dame, Florida State, 10 points. Notre Dame, I would agree with that. I think Notre Dame will be very good this year.
I think so.
The running back's back. FSU, things aren't going great right there right now.
Everything, they got like a whole new staff. They got some new players. Players are leaving. Some players are coming. I mean, I think IMG could go up there and probably compete with them right now.
Well, a win right there would do wonders.
Oh,
for
it would
FSU.
Totally change the program if they beat Notre Dame opening week.
But I don't think that'll happen. And the last one, Ole Miss versus Louisville. Ole Miss is a 7-point favorite. Ole Miss, believe it or not, probably the best offense in the SEC last year. Right there even with Bama.
Yeah,
great offense.
They'll be the ones in the West for sure.
Yeah, I mean
I think they're going to be able to score the points.
They're awesome.
Like everybody nearly's coming back.
I picked them to cover versus Louisville.
Lane's just an offensive-minded guy.
Man,
he's going to have it going on, and of course, Auburn's going to play Akron.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume Auburn to be a 2-touchdown favorite, probably going in
3.
maybe even 18 or 20-point favorite. You would assume.
And it's at Auburn. They can't play at Akron now.
Well, I heard they're just going to play it at Akron. Anyway, it's going to open up the parking lot and put TVs out there.
Akron's a small college. I think there'll be a heavy.
Even with a new coach and
favorite.
Some new players.
But 3 touchdowns.
Because they didn't recruit hardly any players. I mean,
No.
Auburn didn't get.
They beat them to death. I'm just saying I don't think the spread will be that high. The first week. They play them later on, it may be. But not the first week. And that's pretty much it. That's some big-time matchups there. I'd say the main ones, though, are obviously Georgia and Clemson. And Alabama, Miami. I don't think Auburn will have any trouble.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, and before we move to this 12-team playoff, I forgot to mention Brian Knapp took Briley Mitchell to a football camp at UAB yesterday.
How'd that go?
Said it went well. Long day. Said there was a lot of
hot.
A lot of good, very hot. A lot of good ball players down there.
Yeah, Coach Crane took Bucky. They went to.
Oh, did they go too?
Yeah, they went to a camp. I don't know if it was UAB's
I don't know
camp.
if it was UAB.
He posted on his page. I seen some stuff they were out
It
there
might have
doing.
been UAB, but he said it went well.
That's good.
It's, I think Bradley's going to be He's just a 9th grader. No, I'm kidding. He's an 11th grader.
Yeah, I know.
He's going to be a recruit. Bradley's going to be recruited. He's huge.
Yeah,
and he's very good, obviously.
Yeah, he does good.
And, okay, but that's pretty much it for high school ball around here.
Yeah. We'll say college now. What's your thoughts on it? Because everybody's opinions are all over the place. What's your take on this 12-team playoff?
I don't like it. Do you? I haven't really read about it a lot, but no, not on the surface. 12 teams. I mean, how many games are they going? That's going to knock out half the 2 weeks of the season, right?
Well,
I just got to read more on it.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with the 4 teams going. Just to be honest with you,
I've watched some other guys talk about it. There's good opinions both ways on it. If you want to bring in, it does revenue wise. That's what it's always. This is always about just money. Mm-hmm. It's always going to be about money, putting butts in seats because that's what makes money. I don't know why. At first, your knee jerk reaction is no, you don't like it.
Yeah, that was probably mine.
That's mine.
Yeah.
It takes away. It seems like it's making it more professional, and you're taking away from some of the bowl games, the camaraderie, or that atmosphere that we opened the show with. How we talked about from high school to college, the revel of playing these games. I'm not sure how they're going to do it. The first 4 teams will get a bye. 1 through 4 would have a bye week, and Notre Dame being independent, they're going to have to play. They're not going to get a bye. So even if they would have to play. So
I just don't understand how it's going to work. It may be interesting.
I don't see how's the bowl games going to play into this.
I don't know how the bowl games.
What are you going to do? Play 16 team? You're going to play a 16 game schedule? And now their concern is player safety. Well, it don't sound like it. I'm sorry.
No, that's what they say in the pros, but they play in 17 games now instead of 16.
So you're going to put college kids, which...
I mean, they got guys with Lou Gehrig's disease all over the place, and they're up in the season. So I can see where players come across. You don't care about us, but that makes you wonder. So, I mean, 11-game regular season, I would think, would be all you could do. You're going to have to cut back somewhere.
I don't know.
You can't play so many regular season games if we're going to have a 3-game playoff.
Yeah, I can't figure in how there's a way to do it, to work in these bowl games. But okay, we'll make an example here. We got just a few more minutes. We're going to get off here, guys. We ain't going to hold you up. So you can get back to your Netflix watching in this rainy day.
That's what everybody's doing, and they're watching Netflix.
Okay, let's just make an example. We'll say Alabama-Auburn played the last game of the year. Iron Bowl's over. Game's that done. We're just using them just because they're, teams we know the most. Mm-hmm. All right, week's over. It's Thanksgiving weekend. All right, first week of December the 7th. I'm making up dates. These are not real dates.
That's Pearl Harbor Day.
We're going to play, right, I just knew that date. So that on Pearl Harbor Day, we're going to play Alabama versus Georgia for the SEC title. This is hypothetical.
Then you got, go ahead. I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, what?
Then you got to turn around and play 3 more ball games?
Well, you're going to get the next week off. So I'm just trying to get a calendar in my head. So the second week of December, the 14th or 15th, you'll be off. All right. Then you're going to start the playoff.
The 3rd week, probably.
So the 14th to be the 21st, 22nd. So Christmas Eve, we're going to start a playoff. Now wait a minute. Now the kids are going to be off because school's out. See.
And you got to practice.
So they're going to go home for Christmas for a few days, and they're going to come back and practice. So that's going to put them back at the 27th, 28th.
They'd probably skip a week in there, but I don't know.
So now we're going to play our first game December 29th. Say that's the Saturday of the month. I'll tell you what we can do. We can just look.
I think they'd skip out on that. They probably wouldn't even start it till after
all
Christmas.
This is completely hypothetical, guys. So just rock along with us.
We don't know the
December the 31st will be the last Friday of the month. So January 1st. So you're going to do 12 teams, all right? So how many games?
Started on the 1st.
January 1st, 2022, the playoffs are going to start.
Yeah, you could do that.
All right. Bama's bye, or did they already get their bye?
No, everything would start on the 1st.
All right, if everything starts first, then we'll just use last year's Bama, Ohio State, Clemson, and we'll put Oklahoma in this year. No Notre Dame.
They all get byes.
They get byes, so they're off. So the other
8 would play that first. The first.
Are they going to play them all Friday?
I guess.
Or are you going to start at dinner time? You can't. Ain't no way.
It'd be 4 ball games. You'd have 12, 2:30, 5, and then 8.
You could.
You could probably play. I don't know.
Okay, let's just say they play them all first.
You can't interfere with pro football, though.
We'll just say, college is going to win over
Sunday.
pro. I mean, on Saturday. They're going to.
Yeah, on Saturday, but I'm talking about on Sunday.
All right, so we'll play first round. All right, that's 4 ball games. All right, now 4 of those teams are out. Mm-hmm. All right, now we're going to bring back in 4, the top 4. Now they're going to play
on the 8th.
They would play that January 8th, second round. Bama, Oklahoma, Clemson, Ohio State come back in the playoff mix.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then they play. All right, now there's only 2 teams left, right? So that'll be a semi game.
15th or the 8th. They always do it on a Monday, so it would be that 10 days from then, which would be the what? 17th?
January 17th.
17th.
Would be Martin Luther King Jr. Day. The 17th, they play the semifinal game. And then what they're going to do, turn right around the 22nd of January, they're going to play the final game.
Well, no, they could actually play the final on the 17th. Is that right?
No, because you played the 15th, and then they're not going to play the 15th.
Oh, gosh. There's 4 rounds.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. See, I'm looking at this on a 3-round.
That'll be a semi game, the 17th. So then, if they said, okay, we're going to turn it around quick, and
so those lower seeds would have to win 4 games.
I would say they'll stretch it to the next Monday and say January 24th. That's your final game, Alabama versus Oklahoma in 2022.
So you're playing college football.
The 1st, the
January
8th.
the 21st. Good Lord.
The 1st, the 8th, the 17th, and the 24th. All this is made up now. Don't go home and tell somebody, and don't go right. Kurt Herbstreit and say, well, Big Matt Diamond Dean said.
Okay, so this is January, right?
Yeah.
So January the 1st is on a
Saturday.
On a Saturday. Okay. Heck, you'd have to start it. I don't know, guys. I mean, you're playing until January the 24th.
And you're going to play 4 games that day to finish it on the 24th of Monday.
Man, that's a mess. And you're not going to start before then because it's going to be Christmas. You have to play on a weekday.
I mean, January 24th will be your final.
Because I do it on a Monday. They need to move that to Saturday, by the way.
I know.
So that would be January 22nd, though. I mean, that's just late in the year for college football to be getting done. I mean, these guys do have to get an education, too. Or you do away with the bowls and just do this. Could that happen?
That's what Scott, right, our buddy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Scott thinks is going to happen.
They're gone. Bowls are gone. 12 teams in.
Just get
6 bowl games.
Just get rid of the bowls and just play. But see, that's why I don't like it, because I like the bowl games. Yes, I know who wants to watch the Armed Forces Bowl where,
right.
The Raging Cajuns play Marshall. Well, I like that.
Yeah, I mean, you think those kids and their parents
that's
probably
right.
Like it too.
Because the reason we do this show, again, is why. Why do we do this show?
The kids and their parents.
Yeah. We catch memories here and there. Maybe get some pictures. Now, we work full-time other jobs. We can't go out and just...
Yeah, we can't. We don't just get up one day and say we're not going to work and we're going to do this.
We're going to. We wish we could. So, and working full-time jobs and covering when we can in our spare time, that's what it's for. So, in college, you want to give the kids accolades
Right.
Hey, you played a good season. You won 7 games. You're going to go to the Armed Forces Bowl. We're going to give you a nice watch and a $100 gift card to Amazon.
So you got 40 bowls right now, which is 80 teams. You're roughly. Don't quote me on that. And you're going to take that down to 12. You're going to be leaving 60-something teams out of this mix.
But you're going to have
still have to have bowl games, basically.
You're going to have because where's the title game? Where was it at this past year?
Gosh, I don't know.
Anybody tell us?
Tempe.
Was it in Arizona Fiesta?
It may have been in Arizona.
Well, okay, then it'll be time to roll it back to the Orange Bowl. Then usually goes out there.
It might have been in the Orange Bowl.
It comes to Miami to play the Orange, and then it'll be Sugar.
Louisiana.
Then you'll go back out to the Rose Bowl. So for kind of in conjuncture, we I don't even know we should know that, but where it was played at,
It don't matter. I mean,
so
I don't know. I think it was played in Miami.
This year.
I think. Somebody's probably answered.
So, okay, so the other 3 bowls that are not being played, you could say, because the top 4 is going to get a bye. So, are you going to play the other teams for those bowls and save the title game? So, the other 3 bowl games will be played for 12 teams? 12 teams?
Yeah, 12. It's a mess to me.
So, there'll be 3 bowls. So, 12 and the 3 goes 4. So, that's not going to work. So, which teams are going to, the higher teams will get to play the Sugar, the Fiesta,
somebody answered.
Yeah. and the Orange.
Right.
And then you say the Rose. We're just saying if it's going to be played in California 2022. So
you've got 6. Well, you'll have 4 games. Then you'll have 8.
You'll
have a total of.
Well, you can use the cotton and the
11
peach.
ball games.
You use the cotton and the peach too.
Yeah. There'll be 11 ball games total because when you got 4 games the first weekend.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Doing serious math here.
Then you'll have 4 more the next week.
Pi radius square.
Then 2, then 1.
11
ball
64. 3.14 divided by the square of pi. All right. Dean, I don't know. I don't really. I'm not crazy about it.
You got to get in 11 ball games.
I don't want to be in contingency.
Sometime in between Christmas and we got a month to get in 11 ball games after Christmas.
Well, guys,
I mean that's not going to be easy.
We might as well just leave it there. I don't know.
And I guess you could have your other bowl games.
They can. I mean, you're gonna have the.
But they're gonna stretch this thing on out, and we're looking at
R&K Remy Bowl, the Sony Pictures Bowl,
Matt and Todd Show Bowl.
Matt and Todd Show. We're sponsoring a bowl this year. It's gonna be played over here out here in my yard.
Bowl of Fruity Pebbles, my house. Yeah, it's gonna be played where at?
Here, we're gonna play it here.
Oh, here.
We're gonna play. We're gonna get a team together.
Oh yeah, Nap, you in?
Oh, you know he's in.
Yeah. Well, we heard you throw. Somebody said they signed you down at UAB when you went down there. And he threw the receivers. I think he told me he threw the receiver. That's pretty good.
Well, anyway, we'll leave it with that and just kind of leave it on the table. Again, we thank everybody for spending part of your Saturday. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers and to the mothers out there that have to be fathers and pull double duty.
Yeah.
A lot. That's part of it. So we appreciate everybody. YouTube, Facebook gang, our Spotify accounts. Show's growing, and we really appreciate it. We couldn't do it without y'all guys.
Yes, sir.
We really
had a good time. Good week. Been a good week.
Yeah. Well,
for the show. It's been a rough week otherwise, but it's been a good week for the show.
Next week's going to be more college stuff. We're going to talk about some transfer portal stuff. There's kids moving all around everywhere. We'll get more into that. And some high school stuff. I'm going to try to get up there and talk to some coaches maybe this week one day and see how things are going. Touch base with them again since it's media days. And maybe we'll get some coaches in. I've talked to Cole Murphy. Congratulations to them on the head coach job at Spring Garden. We've known him since he was a wee little lad.
Yeah.
Great ball player, man.
He's good.
Cole's good at everything.
Smart.
He's good at everything.
Mm-hmm.
Really was. And Josh Decker, he's going to be helping Coach Smith out there at center. So,
good guy.
Yeah, we love Josh too, and we're glad these young, smart, talented, athletic are coming back here to the county and going to be part of Warrior Nation over here to help Dusty and Will and the guys, and also over at Spring Garden. So
right, that's big hirings, the good hires.
Yes, sir.
Good hires.
Well, guys, we appreciate it. We'll cut you loose. We'll catch y'all
Saturday.
Catch y'all next week sometime. Be on the page. We having some news up and stuff. Some good stuff going on. And NBA.
NBA. They're down to Clippers and Suns, and it looks like hopefully Hawks and Philadelphia play to see who goes, and also the Nets and the Bucks. So we just say that to say go Hawks. They've never been this far.
Yeah.
Not since I've been watching.
Yeah, we'll turn it over, and we hope everybody has a good week, and y'all keep your heads clear and hearts full of God as always. All right? See you guys. Peace.
Have a good week.